All right, we're gonna start recording now. Selesnya Company, Pioneer, testing. I had to get tickets. Here we go. We had a pretty rough 1-4 league last night with our Is It Epiphany deck. So in turn for that, I'm gonna have to turn around and get some. I had to get some tickets to play Pioneer tonight. Pull up the list here. All right, here we go. Last time we played this deck, we had a 4-1, so hopefully it goes well. Murktide is wrecking me. Okay. What is there something that you're wanting to play Murktide like that you want in the sideboard for Murktide specifically? Well, we can't keep this. We have no green. We'll keep this and put the Temple Garden back. We'll probably just end up attacking for one. What do they reveal? Lyris? Okay. Probably just end up attacking for one here and running out that way. Stonecoil Serpent. Okay. I'm definitely willing to trade my Llanowar Elf for my Stonecoil Serpent here. Deal. And then we have Skyclave next turn if we need it, or we have Lovestruck Beast, whatever looks better. Okay, so this is the Azorius. I'm going to go ahead and get my Spellbinder down. I want to take a look at their hand. And then I'm going to serve it up, because if they want to block here, I'm cool with that. Like, straight up. And Skyclave Apparition will be really good next turn. Okay, so they pull a Smith off the top. I think we have some, like, portable holes in the sideboard. Knight of Autumn's pretty good. Yep, we'll take 2 here. Oh, no, he played Springwood Drum. Alright, so he has He has 2 cards in hand, which means something's not accurate. Ah, he had got that goes Fire Blade, so he has all that glitters mana confluence in his hand. Okay. Alright, so let's serve up. Let's serve that up. So the question is, I mean, honestly, we have a few good plays here. Maybe this is a... Been looking for more Pioneer streamers. Thanks for the content. Yeah, you bet, man. Absolutely. I actually really enjoy playing Pioneer. Thinking 2 Blossoming Calm, 2 Extirpate, 2 Path, 2 Rest in Peace, 2 Dam, 3 Veto, 1 Mystical Dispute. I mean, that seems pretty solid. It seems like you hit like a good majority of the metagame with that sideboard. Like, I'd have to really sit down and think about what I would or wouldn't play in that spot. Maybe I just want as many flyers as I can here. Maybe Redain's better than the... Plus, I don't really think they play anything that's non-creature for or greater, but Like maybe they have something I'm not aware of. I don't know. Nothing they have has trample, so they have all that glitters in their hand. We'll take 8. Attack for 5. Llanowar Elf is a good blocker here. They do have an all that glitters in their hand, so I mean, it seems like, I don't know, like we could still lose this game. Like all that glitters plus make Gingerbread unblockable a couple times actually does it. Yeah, because we don't really play anything that has haste here. Green White seems to be in a good position against Phoenix with access to Archon and various exile effects. Always thought it was too fair, but hate bear effects finally seem to be catching up to the meta. Yeah, no, I really agree with that statement. If he attacks with everything, so this is tough. I completely agree with you. I think the Archon plus other like hate effects are actually really good in Pioneer right now. So we block there, and then so man, that sucks that it worked out exactly that way because he gets a 0/0 that's irrelevant. How often do you stream Pioneer? Is it a weekly thing? Yeah, I normally stream Pioneer like a couple times a week. I really enjoy Pioneer. I think we can double block this here. Let him pick which one he wants to kill. We probably should have blocked the other way first so that he's at least forced to move them around because a lot of people will just click OK. But yeah, I feel like I'm one of the only people in the world that truly enjoys playing Pioneer. Like I really like the format. I wish Wizards would give it more support. Hey, thanks for the follow, buddy. I appreciate it. So nothing we have has haste. So we can, yeah, we get to attack for 5 and then we're just going to die here. Okay, that's unfortunate. I'll try to catch more Pioneer streams in the future. Well, cool. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Hope you come back and hang out. All right. Baffling End. Deck and Stone. Night of Autumn seems awesome. Target player Saxon Enchant. I think Dromcom could actually be pretty good here. Make us fight stuff. We can probably cut a couple of these. Cut a couple companies. We're bringing in a lot of non-creature spells here. I kind of like it like that. Super glad they released the Challenger decks. Hope that will get more people to play the format. I was actually pretty surprised because they made them like pretty cool too. Like they made the Challenger decks actually pretty good. Because that was like one of the things that like we ran into in the past is that I was bothered by is that like Challenger decks didn't really do anything. So I don't know if it's right to cut that many elf effects. Maybe we want to leave in 6 and cut a couple of Elite Spellbinders here, because Elite Spellbinder, actually Redain seems, well, non-basic lands come into play tapped. I don't know. I think maybe we actually want to try it like this. Yeah, we're going to try it like this and see what happens. think we're gonna mulligan this. It feels like it doesn't do anything. I think we can get away with keeping this one. And say go. Again, willing to trade my 1/1 for whatever they're doing. I mean, maybe it's more correct that I block. Voice of Resurgence is also really good at just taking a hit because it can just take a hit and makes a bigger guy, so. We're definitely going to hop in front because we make it 2-2 here. Serve up 4. Feels like we'll just have a pretty decent race here. Plus Scavenging Ooze will probably be able to buy us enough. I'm hoping it'll be able to buy us enough time to make it happen, so. Make sure I hit OK and not no, because I have done that multiple times in the past, and it's very frustrating. All right, that was an insane collected company. Like, the Elvish Mystic was like okay, but we just put our opponent to 4. So this feels pretty good. And I don't think they're really playing like Wrath or anything. Like, I think they play like, I don't know. Like, they play like some removal spells, but they don't play like really any like Wrath effects or anything like that. All right. I think on the draw, we would rather have a company over a hinge because, honestly, just because I think that hinge is like really slow in this matchup. Like, it's not like where, like with a Rotting Regisword, you can just slam it on turn 2 and kind of get there. Yeah, I think we'll run it like this. Like, the third company might be a little greedy with all of the non-creature spells we have in our deck, but I think it's worth trying. I feel like non-spirit white decks are very unrepresented in the meta now. White has so many good answers for problem cards, but finding a shell for the cards is hard. Yeah, like, they really do have a lot of really good answers for what's happening. I completely, like, yeah. Kind of sad to see Yorion decks gone from the format. I'm going to keep this hand. This is really good. I would be lying to you if I said that I was sad to see Yorion decks gone from the format. I feel like Yorion was just one of those cards that, like, I don't know, like, it didn't really come at a deck building cost in my opinion. So I just kind of always hated that card. Not to say that, like, it wasn't good for the metagame in some degree, but I was just never a fan. So, but yeah, I mean, like, White has a lot of really good answers to a lot of things right now. I'm willing to make this trade. I'm willing to trade resources like this. All right. Portable Hole's pretty good. So, it's actually kind of tough because I don't want to let them Portable Hole my Voice of Resurgence. That's kind of tough, actually. I think I'm going to run this out there and play this tapped and just let them Portable Hole my Elvish Mystic. That way we can have... We'll have multiple lines of action next turn. But I've heard that Winota is making a comeback due to all the new wolves it can play. I played against Winota last night in one of the leagues I played, and I won't lie, it had its way with me. So Winota is one of those cards that like I hate, because like it feels like you can thought seize that deck to death. It feels like you can it feels like the only way that you can really stop it is with counter spells, and it even feels like then if you tap out at the wrong time, like you're just dead. Like not like Winota's a great card and it has a lot of very good value. I just like it's one of those cards like it makes me like it tilts me like just straight up. Okay. Being able to take a land off that's actually pretty cool. Does Containment Priest stop Winota? I'm honestly not sure. Been brewing up a red-white mid-range deck. Think it has potential to be, but is really grindy. I'm gonna be honest. I like Boros is my favorite color combination. So if you have like a, I don't know if Nightbot likes Link come through, but I'd be interested to see that. So I think I'm okay with Portable Hole is 3 or less. I think I'm okay with making this trade right here. Or Portable Hole is 2 or less. Hitting the collected company is pretty solid. I'm guessing Grafdigger's Cage does too much, but then it stops your Cocos. Yeah, Grafdigger's Cage actually does stop it, but it does create a problem with using Collected Company. I considered actually playing Grafdigger's Cage in the sideboard of this deck, but I did, and somebody in the chat was immediately like, "Dude, you can't play Collected Company if you do that." And I was like, "Yeah, that's true." I can toss a link to the red white mid-range list in your whispers if you want. Yeah, that'd be awesome actually if you want to do something like that. I'm okay with just taking 3 here. So I actually think this is a Love Struck. I think this is the Heart's Desire and Love Struck Beast turn instead of just playing Collected Company here. They haven't shown me an answer to Love Struck Beast, and we're kind of at that point where, like, I'd really like to use Collected Company to be able to hit like another apparition. Ghost Fireblade's pretty good. Portable hold my 1/1. It's pretty underwhelming, but okay. I'm willing to take 6 here. I don't think they have Ghost Fireblade. I have yet to see anything that tells me they're playing Ghost Fireblade. I think I'm just going to run out both my spells here and say go. We clog the board so much better than they do. And plus, like, Voice of Resurgence is just a free blocker here. What, you may untap it, right? That's what I thought, yeah. Like something with trample will be a problem at some point, but yep, we get to make a 4/4. Put Luris into your hand, okay. So I think this is better. Um, no, I'm gonna wait. See if there might be a chance where I can interact here with the board actually. If they go to slam their Luris, I can actually eat something in response here. So sent the list. Okay, awesome. I'll take a look at it whenever I finish up with this league here. Or actually, if there's enough time in between games, I'll look at it in between games. Okay. Okay. They might be playing Stubborn Denial, so I don't want to get got by anything. Question is, what are we hitting with Skyclave Apparition? I think this is what we're doing. This definitely feels like what we're doing here. Thinking of sleeving it up for an upcoming event. Always worried about getting Thoughtseize, but Sunset Revelry, Thraven Inspector, and Chandra might be enough card advantage. I mean, that sounds like a lot of card advantage, my dude. Like, I won't lie to you. That it sounds pretty sweet. I mean, don't get me like Thoughtseize is like one of those cards. It's like it is tough to beat, and it is tough to play around. Like, there's no doubt about that. I think like Sunset Revelry is really good, and plus, like, I mean, Chandra is like, I assume you're talking about Torch of Defiance. I can actually just chip it in the air a bunch of times. Just gonna go ahead and gain a bunch of life here. Put myself up to 12 and then say go. And then I just have to get through this turn and next turn because I might be able to send in enough. I'm trying to figure out. I don't think it's enough across the board to win with his 3 lifelink. He's going to start getting pretty aggressive here, I have to imagine. I'm actually just going to go to 5 here. Yeah, Torch is great. I'm a little worried about being able to finish games quickly, though. Always seem to be the problem. I mean, yeah, that is definitely something you could run into for sure. Torch is indeed awesome. I definitely agree with you there. Like, I love Torch. I bought them when they were like $60, like when they were in standard. So unless they have a way to get through with 6 points here to just like really just like eat it up, we're just gonna attack him for 4 in the air next turn. Again, the cool part is we're actually in a spot where we can just block with the elemental token for free. Alright, well, we get a win against Azorius Ensoul Artifact. Alright, let's see if I can find this list here while we're sitting here. Fourth Raven, 2 Archon, 2 Gideon, 3 Torch, 2 Fateful Absence, 3 Revelry, 25 lands, 2 Doomscar, 2 Anger, 3 Sacred Fire. I really like Sacred Fire. I also really like the Elspeth and the Gideon. 4 Bone Crusher, 3 Glorybringer. This looks awesome, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. That actually looks like a lot of fun. Like, I might just like pull that up one night. I might just stream that. Like, I don't know when exactly, but I'll probably just stream that one night. Honestly, that's really cool. Voice, it's made to beat control deck, so it's actually pretty good against aggro too. Yeah, Voice is really sweet, man. Like, Voice has a lot of play. Hi, and good luck. Yeah, we're talking about turn 2 Spellbinder here. This is great. Into like turn 3 Collected Company if we want it. This is a solid hand here. And say go. Can you send the link again? Just oh, he actually sent me the link in a whisper. It's to a Boros mid-range deck. Feel free to stream it. My problem is that I play too much for fun instead of to win. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I know a lot of people that like play that way, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, man. I always tell people some of the most fun I've ever had playing Magic has been at the kitchen table, like by far. Ooh, really? Green black, a Scooz. I mean, I think I'd still rather get a Spellbinder down here. So this is just like Jund. Dude, I'm about this. What did I pick? I picked the Abrupt Decay. This is pretty sweet. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I used to be that Nightbot wouldn't let you send links, and then I changed it. So yeah, it is in here. That's cool. I choose cards because they feel great to slam on the table. I know. I know that feeling all too well. There are just a few cards like that that I like to see played. So I get that. We'll get a forest here. So we know he has 3 lands in his hand. We'll just slam the Apparition, make him take his next turn off to Abrupt Decay. Feels pretty good. Spice deck from opponent seems sweet. Might want to try that list too, lol. That's nothing wrong with that, man. I honestly, I like, can really appreciate a good list. Like, even if the list isn't like super designed to like do something really well or beat up on something, I just like to play like different Magic decks. Oh, wow, that feels good. That feels really good. Make that Glorybringer cost 7 mana. Let's go. You can't play the mirror match if there isn't isn't a mirror match to play. I like that logic. I've never thought about it that way, but I'm in for that. Okay. So he has a Blood Crypt and 1 unknown in hand. Interesting. Man, I feel like I'm just walking into a sweeper here. I'm just gonna wait and see what our opponent plays here. Like, he has an Abrupt Decay he can play for 4 mana. I don't know why he's not. I have Baneslayer. I think Pioneer has that room to play your stuff without getting beat too hard. Yeah, I agree. Baneslayer in there against Corvold and Niv Mizzet, but it's also good against Spirits and Phoenix. Yeah, like, I mean, honestly, Baneslayer is just like one of those cards. Like, Baneslayer is just a really good card in my opinion. All right, I don't know what I'm about to get blown out by, but sucks that we hit 2 great hinges right there, but 2 unknown cards in hand. All right, we're gonna play this in hopes that we can make our Lovestruck Beast be able to attack. So you're gonna Abrupt Decay now? Okay, that's fair. 3, 5, 7, 9. Is that really 9? That's disappointing. This could end really poorly. Our opponent has like a sweeper here or something. We're in pretty bad shape, actually. Then we're trying to find our punch through the rest of our points here. I'm also brewing up a, I can't even say that word, Volormachus slash Approach to the Second Sun deck as well. Dude, I played Approach to the Second Sun when it was in Standard, and I loved that deck, man. It was awesome. And our opponent concedes. Alright, obviously it wasn't a sweeper. Okay. Cards that seem good here include Tireless Tracker. They also include Selfless Spirit, I think, because we want to be able to protect against the sweeper. Plus, it's actually just really good inside of combat. Maybe Jamoka's Command seems good. I don't know. Redain seems questionable. We saw 0 Snowlands, and we saw nothing mana cost 4 or greater that was a non-creature spell. We want to be able to grind. Maybe we take out some dorks here. Everything else feels really good. I think we're just going to cut dorks. Yeah, I don't know. We'll try it like this and see what happens. Liliana of the Veil or Dark Confidant would be too much for Pioneer. I'm all for that. I'm not sure if either one of those would be too much for Pioneer. Well, this hand, I don't know. It doesn't have any, like, aggression here, but it's also very grindy, so I think I'm going to keep it. I don't know if one of those cards would be too much for Pioneer, honestly. Like, they all seem fine by themselves. I'm just not sure. He's the 5/7 haste flying dragon that lets you look at number of cards. Oh, yeah, so if you get power up to 7, you can cast Approach for free. That actually seems pretty cool. That seems like a neat little combo. This inevitably gets to eat a removal spell here is basically all that happens. Oh, he's actually going to stomp me. Okay. I mean, that's fair. Like, if he goes to stomp my Selfless Spirit, I'm just going to sack it in response, so. Yep. Okay. Twisted Resurgence feels pretty good here, but I'm not sure. Now that'll be a problem. Kalitas will be a problem. Hadn't considered that. Less of a problem now. What a draw step. What a draw step. We're doing it. All right. We don't complain about that. We'll take that. Yeah, dude, what a draw is right. Just off the top, we're just peeling them. Just straight gas. We'd like to keep our Skyclave Apparition around, but if they want to use something, if they want to use a removal spell, another removal spell here, and kind of 2-for-1 themselves, then I'm okay with that. Okay. Was really hoping it would have been. Really hoping that would have been a Assassin's Trophy there, but that's okay too. We're just gonna say go here. I mean, A, because our voice like blocks better than it attacks. Okay. Get to make a 1/1 here, which isn't not great or anything, but it does play. Collected Company's not bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're one short of being able to do what I want to do here. So we're just going to say go here. Cast Collected Company during our opponent's turn. Okay. We're down to one card here, so let's see what we hit here. Trying to think of what's the best here. I think it's this. Okay. So we end up with a 2/2 out of it. Best case scenario here for us is that they just play Murderous Rider. And they don't really have anything else to do. Okay. Man, that's not bad. I think we would rather save the... I think we'd rather save the Collected Company for when we really needed it here. What the heck is this thing? Let's see if this affects our decision anyway. I think we're just going to go ahead and cast it now. Ugh. That is not as good as we'd hoped it would be. Permanent with a bounty control that you gain 3 life and draw a card. This attack's a little aggressive, but I want to end the game. I don't want to give them too many draw steps here. Alright, so they're going to go to 2 and hope they can hit something here. Hopefully they just like brick one time here. Glorybringer ends the game. Well, that's pretty good. I get to draw a card and go to 5. I was like, I wonder if they attack here. Alright. Not that making that cost anymore really matters, but... Oh no, we're punished by the one thing. That's a tough scene. Alright, K command lets them make us discard, which means we can't play the Elvish Mystic here. Can we attack in a way that doesn't let Glorybringer win off the top? I'm willing to trade my elemental token for basically any one of their creatures here. I'm even more okay with them just throwing something in front here and trying to keep a board. So they're going to put that there so that they can kill that. I wonder if they kill that and return their Bonecrusher Giant. They won't have enough mana to do both unless they draw a red source here. Which means they can kill the Spellbinder, go to 10, draw a card, red source, stomp my Voice of Resurgence. Or stomp my 1/1, whichever they deem better. Yep, okay. We're getting punked out a little bit here. So they have a Bonecrusher Giant in their hand. Yep, I mean, even hitting a land here is okay, like, because it's just continuing to let us draw cards with Tireless Tracker. Tireless Tracker is such a good Magic card. Wow, that's really good. So we need to save, which means we can go 1, 2, and then have 2 activations of the Skoos here. Which is pretty solid. Make it a 4/4 so that if they're going to get something, they have to... Alright, so we're going to attack pretty... I wouldn't say very aggressively, but we are going to attack with these guys because we do have Collected Company. And we could Company here for, like, a Skyclave Apparition to get something out of the way. We get to push more damage through this way, and we have a chance of hitting something so that they don't get to draw any cards off of this guy next turn. He's a flying threat, so we're going to pick Archon. We're going to pick any order. We're going to hit this. Hopefully they don't have a Fatal Push in their hand. Alright. They do have a Fatal Push in their hand. We make another token. Alright, so like Languish or some kind of sweeper here is the only thing that really screws us. Because if they kill the rest of our creatures, then our tokens will die too. Okay. Alright. Well, we're 2-0. We just beat up on, like, I don't know, like, I guess as close as you can get to, like, Boomer Jund in Pioneer. Well, this just felt pretty solid so far. Like, I can't really complain about it or anything. I'm gonna be honest. I just think this deck is really well positioned, like in the metagame. Like I don't know, like there's just like don't get me wrong. I know I've had a couple of like insanely good draw steps here, but like this deck just feels like it's in such a good spot. Like it just feels like it's so resilient against so many things. Might buy the stuff for it. I don't really know what I'm missing at this point. Hmm. All right, let's see here. Match number 3. Okay. Green White made a top 8 of paper event in Japan the other week. This was a little different though. Oh, that's interesting. I'd be curious to see what it looked like. This hand is great. We have potential for a turn 2 Archon of Emeria, which is insane. And if they thought sees us or kill our guy or something. Oh, is this the mirror? I wonder if this is the mirror. If it is the mirror, this will be very interesting. It was playing Steel Leaf Champion and the Troll? That's extremely interesting. Sounds more like a Stompy style deck than anything. Winota, maybe? After seeing that red source, I completely agree with you, Caesar. It is probably definitely Winota. Alright, definitely Winota. Oh, man. So what are we doing here? Are we just playing Redain to add a clock? Or are we going to play like the other side of Redain? What does Redain do on the other side? The artifact. Source an opponent control will deal damage to you or a permanent you control. Prevent one of that damage whenever you or another permanent becomes a target of a spell or an ability. Opponent control counter that spell or ability unless its controller pays 1. I can't link it. I can link it here if I find it. Okay, that sounds pretty cool. Like Stompy Hate Bearers actually sounds pretty interesting. I think we're just gonna shove in here and see if they're willing to trade with the Innkeeper. I doubt that they are. I think we're just gonna play Redain here. Redain will almost immediately come out in this matchup. Oh, is this Winota gonna use a treasure? It is Winota. They go to 16. Skyclave Apparition would be good here. Hit a big whiff one time for me, big fella. Oh, wow. They did. Cool. Skyclave. Spellbinder's a little late to the party, but I can live with it. So we're going to attack for 5 here. Spellbinder does help speed up that clock. We're going to take the Cathar. We can't play more than one spell, so we're going to say go here. But that does give us a 2-turn clock. So Makes me feel a little good here. Hitting a company or like I don't know, like something would be honestly basically anything here would be awesome. All right, they only get one Winota trigger, so hopefully it's not like that 6/6. Hmm. Well, that's probably not good. We're at 15. Probably gonna run out Tolvir here. This company's gonna need to be good to us. I think that was like hopefully just well, I guess we know they don't have another Winota in their hand, but they take 7, go to 5. We can block with our Redain and still win next turn. I thought I cast a spell last turn. Well, that's not good. I don't know if there's a way for them to kill us here, but 7, 10. Oh, damn. I blocked wrong. They can't act. Oh, no, it's not. 7, 10, 12, 13. Yep. 7, 10, 12, 13. So we can't die here. And we get to attack for 5 in the air. All right, cool. We get to draw all the cards they want. All right, let's look at this list here. Well, let's finish this game out first. Nice. 22 lands, 2 Lair of the Hydra, 4 Mana Confluence. What is Overgrown Farmland? Oh, it's the new land. Okay. For Werewolf Pack Leader, for Voice, to Thalia. Okay, to Archon, for Spellbinder, for Troll, for Stillleaf Champion, to Dramoka's Command, for Collected Company. That's super interesting. I'm not gonna lie, I actually really kind of like that list. Like it's that list is like super interesting. How is it night? I truly have no idea. Like I played a spell and I was told the other day that it was active players, so I really don't know. All right, Baffling End, Deck and Stone. Dramoka's Command gives us instant speed interaction. This isn't going to be a grind. Cut a couple of Collected Companies. Cut the Mismatching Dork just to make it easier. Only thing keeping me from running your list is the Great Hinge. Too pricey. Oh, it's extremely pricey. That's the funny part is as much as I like this deck, I own like virtually none of it in paper because it's like Great Hinge. Something else is like really expensive in my opinion that I can't remember right now. I mean, we have 2 sets of removal and really good blockers, so I think this is worth keeping. Now it's Winota, so we could just get cheesed out of the game. It's impossible to tell. The good news about the Hinge is that it'll hold value because of Commander. I mean, yeah, that's true. Like, Hinge will probably always be one of those expensive cards, honestly. Our opponent mulligans to 5. And last night when this happened to me, I lost, so... Drawing a Dork would be cool. Spellbinder's fine. As long as they can't turn 3 their Winota will be able to Duskwatch Recruiter. Been a minute since I've seen that one. So I think we're going to Baffling End the Elvish Mystic in hopes of not letting them play their Winota. And then hopefully we hit a land so we can play Spellbinder. Hopefully we hit a white land too. Okay, well, we know we can make that cost more, so there's that. And they get to flip their... Ugh, no. Alright. Not much we can do about missing a land drop, so... How's Redain been? Redain was pretty good in the Jund matchup last round, but it like there's only a 1 of in the list. It feels kind of underwhelming. We probably should have cut a Redain instead of one of our dorks, honestly, just because it doesn't do much. Creature spells cost 1 less to cast. Yep. Yeah, I don't know if we're beating this on the I don't know if we're beating this like this on the draw. Like we have to pill an untapped white source to start here. Yeah, alright, we're gonna lose this game. Alright, we missed our land drops and we got too far behind. Wasn't much we could do about that. Thank you for pointing out the Redain thing. We're gonna cut the Redain because it doesn't do much. And we're gonna bring in Llanowar Elves so we can have as much ramp as possible. Like it like this. There's no white source. I don't think I can keep it. We are going to keep this and put this back. And then we can play Pathway on the white side and play Spellbinder. Ah. Let's make their Spellbinder cost more. Probably just going to play their Innkeeper here. Or their Ranger. Probably Innkeeper if I had to guess over Ranger class. But I've been wrong before. I could also make 2 mana and play their Ranger class here if they wanted to. Which it appears they're going to. Okay. We're going to serve up 3 here and then play our Voice of Resurgence. And then next turn we'll have Collected Company. Or Apparition if that's better. Really just depends on what we're looking at. I have 4 cards in hand. Stomping Ground, that 6 drop that I'm not going to try and pronounce. Isn't there a white creature card that makes it so opponent has to pay mana to attack? Might be good in Winota matchups. I just want to Settle the Wreckage though. I mean, Settle the Wreckage does seem pretty good in this matchup. But I know that there's one of those cards in Modern that you're referring to. I don't know if there's one of those cards in Pioneer that makes it, it's called like Ghostly Prison or something like that, I think. Makes it cost more to attack. And I'm not sure if there's one in, not sure if there's one. There was one in the Chain Whirler set, but I think it was 4 mana. Oh, okay, I didn't know there was one in the Chain Whirler set. We're just gonna hit the Sentinel here and shove in with everybody. Like, we're hitting for quite a bit here. And then we actually hit another Skyclave Apparition to help clear the way. So, feels like we're in a pretty decent spot. I think our opponent might have made a mistake here in attacking last turn. I think it set them up for attacking with the Prosperous Innkeeper. I think them being able to apply pressure and have an Innkeeper was going to be their avenue to victory. Or maybe they just have a Winota here and it doesn't matter. Chariot's also pretty good. Interesting. Alright, so they have to have a pretty good draw step here, like Winota. There's a 3-mana Spirit, I think? Okay. So it sounds like you guys are actually, like, more versed than I am in the Ghostly Prison effect department. Oh my god, he did it. I was like, you son of a bitch. He gets to Brutal Cathar one of our Skyclave Apparitions and get a token, I think is pretty good here. Take our Spellbinder so we can't hit in the air. Also seems pretty decent. So a land gives him Trollvar next turn. Alright. Well, those weren't exactly big hits or anything, but... Okay. Forbidding Spirit is the name. I'll have to look it up after this game and see what it does. Hopefully he didn't hit Winota or land for Trollvar. Chariot's kind of annoying, but not the end of the world. Alright, attack in. And he's forced to block, like, every turn just because, like, it's lethal if not, so... Archon making non-basic lands enter tapped is actually really good. Yes, and he did not know that. Let's go. 2 free points. We take those. We take those. What does it do? Hey, my opponent concedes. Let's go. I'm not gonna lie, that's not something that would that is not something that would happen in like a super competitive setting because people like no offense, but like people just like people would know not to do that. Like at like an open or a GP or something like that. So, but you kind of just take those free ones as you get them like that. That was worked out pretty well that our opponent did that there. Three and 0, 3-0 starts not bad. Feel pretty good about that. Guys, if you come by to hang out tonight, or if you're new to the channel, I appreciate it. Basically, everything I play goes up on YouTube later. If you want to check it out, it's AgroBlaze96. If Nightbot's been going crazy, I'm sure there's a link somewhere in the chat to it. But if not, I appreciate you guys stopping by and hanging out. Hopefully, we can get our match 4 started here soon. One thing that I've always found interesting about this deck is that it plays this one of Fortified Village. I really wonder if the new, like, second, like, if it's your second, like, if it's your third land or whatever coming into play would be better than the Fortified Village. But that one Fortified Village has never caused me a problem. I say that in this game I'll, like, get screwed by it or something, but... Oh, what was that card called I was going to look up? Forbidding Spirit. Ravnica Allegiance. White, white, 1 for a 3/3. When it enters the battlefield until your next turn, creatures can't attack you or a planeswalker you control unless their controller pays 2 for each of those creatures. So it's Ghostly Prison, but just for your next turn. So I mean, like, that doesn't seem bad. Like, if especially if you were like, plus it's a 3/3, like 3 mana for a 3/3 that Ghostly Prisons your opponent next turn. It doesn't seem very good on turn 3, but it seems pretty good on, like, turn I don't know, just like late in the game. This hand's good. We'll keep this. We have something to do to fill out our entire curve here, so no like turn 2 anything crazy, but you know, Heart's Desire into Voice of Resurgence into Elite Spellbinder or Lovestruck Beast, depending on what's going on, feels pretty good. Revealed the forest, so I'll make sure to actually, like, play the forest next turn, not to give away extra information. Stomping Ground tapped is interesting. Wonder what that means. Is this Naya Winota again? It is. Oh my god. Stap. Funny part is I'm actually going to play Archon here. Because Winota does not play basic lands. Sweet. They're also forced to only play one spell this turn. Okay, so they're going to hit. I assume they're going to hit our Archon of Emeria. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Oh, going to serve it up for 1 too. Okay. Okay. We're going to attack here. If you want to block there, bro, I'm totally cool with that. Now we'll Spellbinder, take a look at your hand. Like, if you want to Spellbinder something out of my hand, I'm okay with that. Pilled a Chariot? That's not bad. Hit you for 3. I am going to go ahead and Company here. And so, hey, baby. Hit Skyclave Apparition for sure. And then I think I just want the Archon of Emeria because it's a flying threat. And then we put these in any order. I'm actually just going to exile this thing. Because then I get my other Archon back, so I have like 7 points in the air at this point. Alright, yeah, this is sweet. I almost just like instinctively just hit the chariot there. He's going to make our Voice of Resurgence cost 2 more. Which is honestly fine. Redain's also not bad off the top. Trading with an Archon. I'm curious what his logic is there. Okay, so it's 5 points, so it's a... Yeah, I guess it's better to cast Redain in case he, like, I don't know, draws something here. Well, I gotta head out, but good luck and hope to catch another Pioneer stream in the future. Yeah, man, absolutely. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you, brother. Hope you have a good night, man. Brutal Cathar is tough. My opponent goes to 11. He gets my Spellbinder. Okay. Yeah, attack for 4. I mean, we're just gonna keep chipping away in the air here. Like he has to hit another land here for him to even be able to cast Winota, and we know that as long as we have Archon on the field, he can't cast Winota. Next turn anyway, because of they don't play basic lands, and his lands would come into play tap, so... Oh no, my opponent lost connection. I hate when that happens, because that means we're just going to sit here either until they connect back or until Moto kicks us out of the game. Dodgers and the Braves tied at 4. I can't remember how long it takes to automatically, like, for Moto to just give us the win. No, thank you, though. I appreciate it. Alright. Our opponent's back, so hopefully we'll get to finish this. Okay. Yep. Our opponent goes to 7. We're going to play Voice of Resurgence because it's a great blocker. We can only play one spell, so we're not going to shock in our land. Hopefully our opponent does not draw land or Winota. Okay. We no longer know any of the cards in their hand. I think they're just holding out for in case they ever do draw a Winota. So this is actually going to be really sweet. We get to attack for 4 in the air, put our opponent to 4. Then we get to Skyclave Apparition, the Brutal Cathar, and we get to get our Elite Spellbinder back and then look and see what's in their hand. So this actually ends up being a pretty sweet play for us. Because I don't really care about that Chariot. Like, it's not really doing anything. Oh, another 6-drop. Get that trash out of here, bro. Let's go. Alright, well, that almost assuredly locks it up. Cool. You go to 5, bro. Funny part is this thing would still cost like 6 because we don't have Alright. That was game 1 against Winota. I think Dramoka's command still gives us instant speed ways to interact. This isn't grindy. Redain does not seem that good. I think I'd rather have company. Oh, uh-oh. Thought I cut enough cards, but I guess I didn't. I mean, there's still, like, 2 companies, like the more companies, the better, obviously, but, like, still feels okay. We're on the draw. We'll try it. It's a little greedy, but we're up a game. Never punished. Immediately draws a Temple Garden. You love to see it. Run out the Skyclave Apparition on this. Brutal Cathar. Oh, Elite Spellbinder. Okay. Take our Spellbinder? Okay. Oh, it's going to cost 5, isn't it? Alright, make a 1/1, then we'll cast a Lovestruck Beast here. No, I don't think it's worth trading, because even if he plays Winota, he doesn't get a trigger off of it, because Elite Spellbinder is a human. So, Attack for 5. Our opponent goes to 15. We are going to cast Elite Spellbinder. See what they're up to. Oh my god. I would tell you that I feel sorry for them, but I don't. Brutal Cathar is actually not bad, because they get to get our Skyclave Apparition. Oh, please take our Skyclave Apparition. Dang. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature. Target creature you control fights target creature you don't control. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature. Target creature you control. Get in the red zone, big fella. Let's do it. Trade with our Spellbinder. You go to 13. Please just continue to miss land drops. That'd be cool. Alright, well, they have to go to 12. Or I have to go to 11. So we get to attack for 5 here, and then we get to play Spellbinder, which is actually pretty, like Spellbinder doesn't really matter in the sense of us taking one of their Winotas, but it is a 3/1 with flying, so. I don't think it matters, but. All of a sudden we have a game. I always forget Winota has that really cool interaction where it can actually just crew the vehicle. Oh, I hate that card. We get a 5/5 out of the deal. Oh, something good, please. Man. Oh my gosh. We just keep, like, it's just bangers tonight. Like, we're just drawing gas. I don't even know what to hit here. Like, they have a Winota in their hand they can just slam. I don't know. I guess we're going to hit the Chariot here. I don't think they can kill us. Like, maybe if they hit that, like, maybe if this version of their deck is still playing the, like, pirate thing, the 7 mana, like, pirate thing that, like, doubles all damage or whatever, maybe, but. Oh god, there's so many triggers. It's 5 Winota triggers. Oh, That sucks. I needed them not to hit that. Oh, they're gonna try and kill me. They're not even gonna mess around with my elite spellbinder, which makes me want to think that they have an answer to it in their hand, or they'll just hit another one. That's fine too, I guess. They're just gonna take away all my blockers and kill me here. Well, they're gonna try and kill me. I don't know if they are or not, but I think they're counting to see if they can kill me right now. If they leave us with 2 blockers, we block this, we take 2, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19. So yeah. They would have to, okay, so they are gonna take this route. Okay. Oh, and they hit that thing on the last one? Man, I don't know that that could have worked out any better for them, honestly. The fact that everything gets indestructible is just insanity. I don't know what we're looking for here, but it better be a good draw step. Unfortunately, that's the worst part about this Winota deck, is that that's all it takes, is that one turn and they're already back in it. There's nothing in the deck we're drawing here, so I'm just going to concede. An Apparition would have been good, but yeah, I think we're just going to stick with it the way it is. I don't know. Collected Company is just such a house. I think we just want company. We have no white mana. I don't think we can keep this. This is really tough too, because we have to hit multiple running lands here. Yep. This is, I mean, for 5 cards, this is not bad. Because our 5 gets to be Archon of Emeria. Is this game 3? Sorry, I left for a second. No, yeah, you're good, man. Yeah, this is game 3 here. Turn 2 Archon of Emeria into turn 3 Spellbinders, not bad. Okay. Interesting. I'm always intrigued to know people's thought processes when I offer that trade. They're playing their own Archon of Emeria? I think we gotta take the Chariot there. Not gonna lie, with us being on 5 cards, we might just lose this game. I think we just don't. I'm worried that we don't have enough resources to fight this battle. And I'm out of water. Damn. I mean, Spellbinder's fine. Collected Company off the top would be sweet. Yeah, I'm gonna go to 17, bro. Wow, did I say Collected Company off the top would be sweet or what? I mean, Collected Company off the top was sweet, but that's just not good enough. Like hitting just the Dromcom there is kind of Mold of 5 is brutal. I'm on fire. Yeah, dude, honestly though, like really, like that was an insane draw step. We've been drawing very, very, very well tonight. So, not really many complaints in that department. The Coco not so much. Yes, the Collected Company was a little disappointing. Okay. And I'm okay with this because it gives us the Llanowar Elves gives us the 3/3 that we need here to push us over the top. Okay, Spellbinder, sure. Pathway's not great there. We're just gonna say go here. Okay. Okay. I'll go to 12. Okay. I mean, don't get me wrong, that's not great, but I think if our Collected Company hits like a Skyclave Apparition or another flyer on that turn, then I think this game ends up being very different for us. All right, I think we're at a point where I need to trade with the Spellbinder. Now, unfortunately, their Archon can just chip away. There's not much I can do about it, but it's a Chariot. Oh no, he's just gonna play the 6-drop. That's pretty good. Wasn't really accounting for that happening. That's probably gonna be the game. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and concede here. Just, I mean, like, it's possible that we like hit a couple companies or something after that, and like maybe get back into the game. But we had to mulligan to 5, and our opponent just they had flyers to match our flyers. So 3-1's not a bad start though. And like maybe it's possible that I'm sideboarding wrong in that matchup. Like maybe I do want my tireless trackers and my great hinges there to try and help edge that fight. To like help grind out my opponent. It just doesn't feel like a very grindy matchup. Like it feels like every time I play against Winota, they're all in on the Winota plan. But maybe like they sideboarded what felt like pretty heavy to not be on the Winota plan. Yeah. 3-1 is not too shabby though. Hopefully we can finish with a 4-1 right here. Alright, match 5. I'm willing to try this, I think, with the multiple ramp spells and the Great Hand Cheer. It's a little greedy, I think. I've mulliganed hands like this most of the night, but I'm willing to give this one a try with double dork here. Plus, maybe we get lucky and pill a white source right here, and we can just slam Archon of Emeria on turn 2. Or Voice of Resurgence. Alright. Well, we get lucky and pill the white source. But the way I've been drawing tonight, I'm honestly not surprised. I've been drawing insanely well tonight. Like, what'd you say? Yeah. No, it doesn't work that way. Carly said I'm not allowed to complain when I draw terribly because of me drawing so well tonight. And I was like, listen, it doesn't work that way. Alright, they didn't have a land to put in? That's interesting. Alright, well, we're going to attack and try to get in here. Yep. We can play Lovestruck Beast, and then next turn we can play Great Hinge. Okay. Yep, I can't do anything with it, so might as well just say go. Not that my life total is super relevant, but... Hey! Braves beat the Dodgers 5-4 tonight. Let's go. Puts Atlanta up 2-0 in the series. Of course, last year they got reverse swept, so... It's not like this crazy thing for them to go up and then lose, so... Man, this has been almost a 2-hour league. Didn't realize this league would take so long. Start getting them with the boys here. Start picking off their graveyard. They do use their graveyard, so I mean... Yep, and he's going to concede. I could be wrong. Like, I know they get some sweepers and stuff after board, but this feels like a pretty good matchup for us. Rest in peace. I don't really even know if there's anything else we want. I think we want Selfless Spirit. Redain feels good. Yeah, this feels like a pretty sweet matchup for us, honestly. I think we're going to mulligan this just because we don't really have any, like, hate cards that we want. We're going to keep this one because it's full of great hate cards. Man. Lovestruck Beast helps us fill our curve so much. I think maybe we want a big company there. I don't know. That's tough. It's tough to ever put me in a spot where I'm going to bin collected company. Puts one card on top of their library. Okay. Play Heart's Desire. Say go. Shimmer of Possibility. Play the Forest they know about. Serve up one because what else are we doing? We'll play Llanowar Elves, and the next turn we will have access to Spellbinder or Redain, whichever seems better. I'll probably lead on Spellbinder. So Redain would have been better here. Well, of course. I mean, so playing like sure like Redain would have been better there on the surface, but I almost always think it's wrong in that spot to just slam Redain because Spellbinder gives you better selection and you don't want Redain to get swept away by a you don't want Redain to get swept away by like an Anger of the Gods or something like that. Yep. So there's his first pour over the pages. Okay, he's already played a land, so wonder what he's gonna get. Ugin? Not gonna lie, like that's kind of weird to say, but that actually doesn't scare me. Spellbinder's also pretty good. All right, this thing has flying, right? That's annoying. Play Redain, then we'll play Skoos. Like maybe my opponent has an answer for it, but that makes Ugin cost 10. So his pour over the pages in exile costs 9 because of Redain and Spellbinder's ability. I can't play both, so do I just jam with everything here? Archon is a very good draw. Yeah, it really is. I think I'm just shoving with the team here. I don't see a reason not to. I'm sorry, I gotta take the trash out. Take 8, go to 8. Archon. Non-basic lands come into play tapped. He can only play one spell. Like, Archon kind of seems like the last, like the finishing touches on the Death and Taxes puzzle here that we were playing, so. He can now play his Pour Over the Pages if he wants. Because it's 9, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, yeah, so now because he cycled the second Vizier, he can now do that. Shimmer of Possibility was the one card you wanted to play this turn? Three, 6, 7, 8, 9. He was one away from playing Ugin, which would have been bad. Yeah, I just realized he was one mana short of Ugin too, which would have been, that'd have been a tough scene. Shame concede in seconds. I'm not gonna lie, I really hope so. I'm kind of tired. Rest in peace. Like, I don't. Alright, so. I mean, I don't know what he's got here. Unless it's like Settle the Wreckage. God, I would cry. Okay, he had nothing. We just won. Alright, well. That's 2 leagues I've played with the green-white company deck, and both times I 4-1'd. The deck is really good. I really enjoy it. I mean I don't know what I would change. Like I don't feel like there's anything to change about the deck. Like honestly, maybe the fortified village being the new like comes into play untapped after like if it's your third land or whatever, like could be like a decent change, but it feels really good. Great Hinge is like really good at grinding. Company's solid. Like you're just playing like this really aggressive hate bearers deck that can also push the tempo in the air. So I don't know. It felt really good. If you came by and hung out tonight, I really appreciate it. This was Green White Company. We're gonna in a metal full of Phoenix. In a metal full of Phoenix, that seems like a nice option. Yeah, it does seem really good against Phoenix, honestly. Um, I'm gonna get out of here. Actually, I'm gonna find somebody to raid, find somebody playing Magic, and we'll get you over to them. Thanks for hanging out.